Superhero. Here is a sketch we did with Superman. It's really terrible recording because the reel-to-reel machine wasn't very good, and then I had to record it from that using the speaker alone because it didn't have any, connections, because nobody thought about that in those days. But here is a Superman sketch, which is 32 seconds long, and I can't remember what it's got in it.
Help me! Don't worry! I'm Superman. Clark Kent's my name, and saving people's my game. Oh no, I forgot my suit now. You'll have to die. So ends another enthralling episode of Superman. Sally.
So that was it then. It was really shit.
Sounds amazing. We've all got these kind of things from our youth. Tape recorders and doing our own radio shows and things like that.
Indeed. Boswank says, Casio for the win. No, I think it was a Yamaha. I think I had a really shitty Yamaha that used to do all those really cheesy ding, 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 ding kind of shit as well.
I've got tapes all over the place of music I did when I was in high school and things. Like, including stuff I actually submitted for exams and things.
Wow.
Yeah, so I get.
You ought to retrieve them.
Yeah, I might do if I find the tapes. Yes. I did a brilliant, if I may say so myself, a brilliant piano piece, which I composed for the exam, and a few years after I did it, I got an A, by the way.
Nice.
And I tried to rework it. Because we got in school a very what do you call them? A multi-track tape recorder thing.
Yes.
And I tried to layer sort of sections over it, but never really worked out properly because of the very free-flowing nature of the tempo that I did at the time.
Right.
So yeah. Mm-hmm. It's one of these things I'd love to re-record it, but then I'd need to
have a click track or something
and all that shit, and it would ruin a lot of its because it was largely inventive stuff. That's largely what I did. It was just inventive stuff. It was like, I've composed this piece of music for this exam. Here it is.
Here it is. Thank you.
I don't need the music. It's all in my head.
Yes, exactly.
Note from note.
I'm getting a lot of response from that. Speedy, you see, this is the thing about Speedy-san. He mentioned earlier that he and I are on have some kind of psychic connection going on. He shouldn't know these things because he's not from England, but he knows Captain Kremen, which is what's his name? Bearded DJ who did his TV show.
I was going to say Kenny Rogers, but it's Kenny Everett.
Kenny Everett, yeah. Captain Kremen. He shouldn't know these things, but he does. 64 Glenn saying not getting the whole secret identity thing. No, that's true. Clark Kent's my name and saving people's my game. Yeah, okay, I've just given my secret identity.
Your voice is still unmistakable.
Yes. Even 15 years old as well. Wow, my balls must have been hanging low at that point.
Must have been.
Can you clear something up for me, says Boswank. Did fake female voice said fuck me? No, it was help me, help me. Of course, she needed saving because she was a damsel in distress, for Christ's sake. What are you saying now?
Boswank at Boswank.
Yeah, exactly. Speaking of superheroes, I've mentioned a couple of times to you, Kate, I'm actually watching the original.
Yeah, you've got a bit of a thing for Linda Carter at the moment.
Yeah, I do. I'm going through the original. You see, I only ever really watched season 1, which was based in 1942 to 1945 when she was helping America beat the Nazis. And I'd kind of forgotten that seasons 2 and 3 were based off of the 70s or late 70s. And I've kind of forgotten all about all those, so I've been going through a few of those episodes. Oh, God, they're really cheesy and gay, but they're actually good because Linda Carter plays Wonder Woman very well.
Yes. Yes, it was quite an effective portrayal, I thought. Probably one of the more successful attempts at a TV series from a superhero character compared to the ones we had. Batman had its own place, of course.
Yes.
Thingy. There was the 70s Spider-Man series, which wasn't terrible either.
It wasn't terrible. No, they did good effects for him climbing up a wall. I remember that. But he wasn't a student. He was like in his mid-20s. He's supposed to be like, 15 years old in the comics? Yeah. Yes. Yeah, and the Flash. There was a Flash as well. Yeah.
Fantastic Four.
Yeah. Then there was cartoons. Remember the cartoon of it? It was Spider-Man, the Iceman, and Wonder Woman, I think it was. No, it wasn't Wonder Woman. It was... Oh, God, where was the female? Oh, maybe it was Wonder Woman. I can't remember now, but it was, like...
It's funny how you fixate on some of these things.
Exactly, and that's... We've discussed this before. He had a Super 8mm stereo sound home projection system, and we had lots of films with it, or that he got for it. And I've told you this before, including like the 30-minute cut of Star Wars. Yes.
Which is how I believe the film was for most of my childhood.
Yes.
I thought it was very short, and I thought that the film ended when they escaped the Death Star at the end. None of the blowing up of the Death Star, it was just them escaping the Death Star. That's why I got quite a shock when we went to go and see the double bill Star Wars.
And you were thinking, what is this the second part that I've never seen? Yeah.
So, yes. Anyway, one of the things here, it's several animations, which I didn't know at the time. One was Thundar the Barbarian.
I do know Thundar the Barbarian, yes.
And I had this thinking about it, because I had just vague memories of it. And then, of course, by the power of YouTube and the internet, I was able to look it up, and I thought, yeah, that's totally not what I remember it, but it's definitely it. But other one was some animated film about a hippo, and there was some Grand Vizier baddie character in it who I think was voiced by the voice of that in the animated version. Picture Liberace.
It's that guy. The same guy that played what was his name? Oh fuck. Barbera with the dog that used to go. I'll get you, Penelope Pitstop. That kind of thing.
To that, yeah.
Yes.
Oh man, I would need to find it out.
Oh, because. Also, 64 Glenn, Spider-Man and his amazing friends, and she was Firestar, that's right. Firestar. She possesses obviously.
I see. Nothing to do with the fantastic Stephen King story,
No.
which actually made for a really good film as well with Drew Barrymore.
Indeed. Speedy Sandy saying Wacky Races. Well, it was Wacky Races, but before Wacky Races, it was just Thingy and Thingy. Muttley. What are you playing?
Every single hippo of Zanzibar was slaughtered on that terrible.
There you go. Dastardly is his name. Dastardly and Muttley. I'll get you it's up next time or something like that. No, not Starsky and Hutch, Quan, you twat. But that was all with the Anthill mob as well, and that guy that we're gonna crash. Oh God, yeah.
I'd have been a terrified man.
Jesus.
Hungarian Americans / French. I don't know what to tell.
No.
Look at all those strange fruits.
You just said it was just cauliflower.
Shooting on. Eat on with
Why? Jesus is a raisin. Excellent. Okay, Firestar was created for the TV show. It wasn't actually part of the Marvel canon, as it were. Anyway,
Paul Lind. Paul Lind.
yeah, Paul Lind. Yes, I'm getting it confirmed. That's him.
No, you're so hard to shop for.
That's him.
That's him. Templeton and Charlotte's.
But I know you look
That's it. Very Cat Vice when he does that bit.
Very. There we go.
Oh, I'll get you to the Millipede pit stop.
There we go. Sorry to take up 3 hours of the show with that.
No, that's fine. That's all
I
good.
felt it was necessary.
And everyone else is agreeing with us because they're still talking to us on IRC, which is good.
Have you got anything lined up, my friend?
I do have something lined up for now because it gives me a chance